Horse racing gaming fans, welcome back to Champion Horse Racing. This is going to be a very fun video and episode today because we are actually going to be introducing 4 new 2-year-olds, 2 colts, 2 fillies, and 4 of you are going to have the chance and actually have the opportunity of having these horses named after names that you have suggested in the Discord. This will go to Kayla, Abigail, Sketchy, because Racing Fish Kayla is same thing. We all know Kayla, awesome member in the community, and I will be promoting something that she's been doing as of lately. And last but not least, Racing Empire. So I will show you guys what your horses are going to look like. I went and picked out the horse names for you, and I will go ahead and show you exactly what we're working with. And there's a little funny thing I made an error on when it came to naming one of the horses. Kayla, you'll probably get a kick out of this, but let's get into it. So getting started here first, we will start with Abigail's horse, who is going to be the 2-year-old filly Arcane Thunder. She's actually a 5-star filly, and I think she has a normal growth type from my understanding, and she does. She has a normal growth type, so she'll probably peak at the end of her 3-year-old season. Really excited for this horse, and we'll see what she can do. It's nice to have another filly in the barn, that is for sure. You see her stats on screen though, obviously, and she's average. B speed, B stamina, 66, 67, and that's at a base value. Obviously, this has a high probability of getting increased to A+ stats, which means in the 80s and 90s. So really excited for this filly, Arcane Thunder. Next up on the list of 2-year-olds is Kayla's horse, but I made a mistake here, and the name, Kayla, you suggested in my notes was Grapes of Gold, and instead I made a typo and called the horse Grapes of Cold. Now, it makes sense, right? Because grapes are, I mean, you can eat grapes room temperature. They don't taste good that way. You have to eat them cold, right? Frozen, something like that. Grapes of Cold, another 2-year-old filly. She has a later growth type. As you can see, her stats not great, but that's because she's going to take time to develop, like our horses in Gallop Racer 04. She has 44 speed, 40 stamina. Like I said, these aren't good stats to look at, but I'm not worried. Clearly, she's going to be a sprinter. She runs 5 to 6 furlongs. That's such a short distance, which is cool because that means we have a hardcore sprinter, and I'm really excited for Grapes of Cold. And also let me know the tack colors you guys may want me to use for these horses as well once we get to that part, which will be in the next video. Next up on the list, I believe, is going to be Sketchy. Your horse is Life on Deck. This is a 2-year-old colt with a normal growth type starting off with 67 speed, and 65 stamina. So that's a good baseline for the 2-year-olds that are bound to peak within the next year and a half. Really excited for what they're going to be able to do. Life on Deck, I hope, as a 6-star colt, will be as strong as he's looking, at least from my initial readings. We'll have to wait and see once he hits the track. But Life on Deck, Sketchy, that's your guy. Let me know tack colors if you would like. And last but not least, for the 2-year-olds, Racing Empire, this is your guy, and his name will be Victory Spark. Victory Spark, again, another 2-year-old colt, 6-star rating. I think the max rating you can get for a horse is 7 stars. So all these horses are good. The fillies are both 5 stars and the colts are both 6. Why they give the fillies lower ratings, I have no idea. Maybe it's because of their breeding potential, and it's easier to breed with them than the colts. Like, you have to actually win PvP matches against real players in order to even unlock the option for your stud to obviously sire foals in the future. Until you do that, you can't even retire them from breeding. But the fillies are mares. They can have an awful racing career, and as long as you give them the item that they need to essentially unlock their breeding, you can do that pretty much ASAP. But anyways, Victory Spark, you're looking at him. Again, 6-star colt, later growth type, similar to our other filly. You see his speed is 51, stamina is 47. So nothing to worry about because, again, this is a horse that's going to take at least 2 or 3 years to mature and develop. So by the time he's probably later into his 4-year-old season, early into his 5-year-old season, which for most of us that play Gallop Racer or Champion Horse Racing, that's kind of the way these later growth types work, right? You start to see more potential around the 4.5, 5-year-old season, and you know how fast they peak before or after that. That's obviously kind of dependent on the horse and their pedigree. So that is Victory Spark. Those are the 4 2-year-olds I'll be introducing to the HRG farm and stables. I should say from the farm to the stables this year. Really excited to see all of them go. They all have great potential, and I'm really, really hoping that I can use all of them for breeding. That would be fantastic. And again, the way we did things today is how it's going to go for this series going forward. So make sure you guys are submitting names, because the names don't just apply to Gallop Racer. The names also apply to this game as well, as far as naming 2-year-olds, foals, etc., etc. So really excited, and I'll take you guys just to a couple of quick races we've done, but I'll just kind of talk you through those and get you ready for the next video. All right, guys, so I'm just kind of going to speed rush through this next section. all I was doing was essentially training your 2-year-old. So I think I went through about a month or two of training, and essentially I put all of your 2-year-olds on the track to run in a turf trial against our other 5 and 6 star colts that are pretty much all about to be retired. That there's Bright Fun, and there was Sim Rally there running with that 2-year-old. I believe that was Life on Deck, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Life on Deck is who we just saw on screen. But again, I'm probably fast forwarding through this. So like I said, I expect to put all of your 2-year-olds in their first race come the next season. We're currently in August of year 12 in this game. Year 13, January of year 13, that will be the first time I start to put your horses in races. Now, it would be nice to see if any one of your 2-year-olds can maybe get a trip to the Kentucky Derby. Keep in mind, all of the races in this game are real. They're based off of real life races, real greatest stakes races internationally. So the Kentucky Derby is the Kentucky Derby in this game, and you compete against other real players. So January is my goal, but depending on how training goes, and if any one of your 2-year-olds start to show early potential, maybe earlier than I thought, then I'll probably toss them into a race, a regional race, just to see how they do, obviously from the beginning. And then depending on that first race, we'll decide whether to race them again pretty soon or whether to give them a little bit more time. What I've noticed is there's a fine balance in this game between how much you race and how much you train. Obviously, you want to train your horses efficiently and as much as you can in the beginning, and then I would say early 3-year-old season, halfway through the 3-year-old season, especially if they peak early, you want to make sure you're getting them in as many races as possible. So again, I focus on getting the speed and the stamina maxed, as well as the turf rating, because those are going to be the most important assets to our horses actually being able to compete and do well in this game on all levels, whether it's against the AI or whether it's against other players. So that's essentially what's happened here, just training, and I will kind of walk you guys through our last couple of races, and we'll take it from there. All right, guys, so just closing out this video, I did 3 final races with my current studs that I have. I put this video on the fastest speed I could in my video editor because you don't need to see the rest. Crown Pilot finishes second, I believe, in that grade 2 race, which wasn't bad because all of my colts now are on the decline, and I missed the window to retire them for breeding because I forgot this game is like how it would be. Like once a horse gets to a certain age, I assume, especially when it comes to mares, they'll be less likely to conceive, and the studs, once they hit their prime age, they can't even they can't be used for breeding. They can't sire any foals, anything like that. So that was a little bit disappointing because all of these 6-star horses I have on screen that I was racing did extremely well. Most of them at least won a single grade 1 against other players, or at least multiple graded stakes winners. So it's a bummer I can't use them for breeding, but at least now I know, and now we can really focus on the new 2-year-olds we just introduced in today's video. We'll use them for breeding going forward. Sim Rally finished second there in that graded stakes grade 2 race as well. So 2 back-to-back second place finishes for the boys, and like I said, they're all pretty much like I think I can't even race them like beyond next year. I think they're that close to their retirement. So it was a blast, but the good thing is I was able to grind a lot of gold using those horses, which has enabled me to upgrade my farm. It's enabled me to train my horses better, extend the life of some of them, and that's really helped take me to the next level in this game. I feel like I was kind of making very, very small progress over the years I've been playing, but now I finally feel like I found my footing, and I'm excited to use your horses. I'm excited to see the journeys we can make in this game like we do in Gallop Racer 2004 and the other series that we play. But this one is going to be special because it's the only horse racing game on this entire channel that I can actually play against real players, and there's real actions, there's real results, there's real consequences for training, not using the right horses, using the right jockeys, so on and so forth. So I'm really excited to see how all that is going to pan out for us on this journey. So I'm really excited for that, and hopefully you guys are as well. But that's going to do it today for this Champion Horse Racing video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Again, next time we come back, hopefully I'll be getting some of your 2-year-olds into their first maiden races. We'll see if they can break their maiden, and we'll see who's a potential superstar in the making. Let me know any thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, as well as tack colors for those of you that had horses named today. Keep in mind, if you didn't have a horse named today, I have like almost 10 to 15 maidens back at my farm, colts and fillies. They call them maidens in this game, but I have a bunch of them. So several of you that don't have names for horses, you can submit those right now on this video in the comment section below, or you can go to our Discord and submit that in the channel where we have our horse names. And next time I roll some 2-year-olds into the game, which I'm probably going to try to do every year, maybe every other year, depends on the pacing, but maybe every other year because I really want to focus on about 4 horses at a time. You guys know I don't like having a bunch, but yeah, maybe make sure you guys are submitting names. I'm really excited to see how that's going to go for us. So that'll do it. Appreciate you guys for love and support on the channel. As always, the website, remember, is dropping this week, this Friday. This video should be going up on a Tuesday. So the website will be dropping in 3 days. It's going to be in beta for a couple of months, so don't expect finalized changes. I'll constantly be testing, revising, changing, deleting, adding things to the website. I want to keep it free flow because especially if you guys suggest some things along the way, I want to be able to make those changes easier. So thank you guys once again. Until next time, HRG signing out. Hope you have a very fantastic day. We'll see you later. Goodbye.